Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm Jewel. And as you can see we're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map, main farm. And we're going to work on this right here. I'm going to show you how to get it in the map. This is our water, let me click on it so I can say it. Water tank 02 or 2 and it's in the XML it says 02. It has the trigger already with it and it also is in the Placeables XML of the main game map, so we're going to go ahead and do it. So what we're going to do is basically, if you want this in here, you figured out where you want to put it, you're going to hit File, Import, go to D drive. In my case, yours could be on C drive under Program Files 86, under maybe Steam, if you have Steam. If you don't, I don't know where yours is going to be. Steam Apps, Common, and then here's the Farming Simulator, Data, and so on. Mine's under D drive. I don't know where yours is. Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Farming Sim 22, Data. And in this case, we're going to go under Placeables, Lizard, roll to the bottom, go to Water Tanks, and in this case it's a water level 02, so we're going to click on it and it says Water Tank 2. So you would click on that and click Open, okay? I'm not going to do it because it's already here, but you click Open, it'll pop up in the bottom of your list. It's going to pop up in the bottom of your list, okay? Now I've already put mine up here in the placeholders folder, but pretend it's not in there. We'll worry about that later. Pretend it's at the bottom of the list. And what you're going to do is you're going to take, with it highlighted, the whole group. You can see you hit the plus and all this is the children. If you'll hit the minus and it goes back to the plus, that's the parent. So you want the parent, the whole group, the whole transform group, and you're going to move it. Control B as in boy, left mouse click wherever you want to put it. Once you situate it how you want it, which I've got mine pretty much where I guess I'm going to put it behind this, I believe it's a pig pen. I've got cows and the other animals over there. So I'm putting it over here so as we come up this hill, we grab the water, we can do anything we got to do, run on around, finish everybody up. So say that's where it's going to go. I can move it later if I don't like it, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So what you're going to do, you're going to need these numbers in a minute, but make sure you get this down on the ground. Make sure that this is not floating where it's not touching the ground, because if it's floating in the air, then if you know, come up here, you may miss where the trigger is, okay? So that's where you see this box is the trigger, okay? So what you're going to do, we'll come back in a minute to get these numbers. We don't need them right now. We got to go make sure we have the Placeables XML information. So we're going to go to the File Explorer, and we're going to go to Documents. Let's see, no, we're going to go to the D drive where my main game is. You're going to go to yours. Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Farmstead 22, Data. And in this case, we're going to go to Maps, Maps US, and roll down to Placeables. And it says XML document. Right click on it and edit with Notepad++, or if you only have Notepad, just do that one. And you can see I already highlighted the line to make it quicker so we can just spot it right out of this list. But just look through till you find it. And this says Farm Water Tank. And you can see it shows where it is. And it's called Levels 02. That's the one we grabbed. So we're going to, and you can see it says Default Farm Property because this is on the main farm of Elm Creek, and that's good because I'm putting it on my main farm as well, so that I would need all this information, okay? If you're not putting it on the main farm, you don't need that in particular to information. You don't need anything from here over. You don't need this part. So you would only need from here back. So we're going to click to the end and hold down left mouse button, drag it all the way to the beginning, and right click and click copy. We're not going to cut it because this is our main game area. If you cut it, you just messed up your main game. Okay, so we're going to click off of there for a second, and we can go ahead and close that so we don't erase anything. We're going to minimize this. We're going to go to Documents, My Games, double click, Farm Sim 22, double click, Mods. I'm going to go to the map name. I'm working on this map. So you go to yours, and you're going to find where your Placeables XML is. So wherever yours is, if yours is in a folder that looks like a regular one like this, where you just did the My Desk has all this in the beginning. Hit Maps, Maps US, and you should find it right here. Okay, so we're gonna go on into mine. You go on into yours, and we're gonna go to the XML document, which is where my placeables document XML document is. Right click, edit with Notepad++, roll over. And I'm going to click at the end of this line. See these lines? They're the short lines. Well, this is a short line. It don't have a bunch of information, so we're going to click at the end of it and hit enter. We're going to make sure you don't click in between. Say if you was to click here, you would be breaking up this information, and it needs that. So see, these tell you what goes with what. So it goes from here, all this middle information, and then to that. So you don't ever want to hit at the end of one of them like that, because you'll break that information up. You don't want to even hit here, because you'll break that information up. You only want to hit at the end of the one that has the forward slash line. That's an ending, end tag. So you'd hit here and hit enter if you had to hit one after one of these where it has all this information. As you see, when you click on there, it shows you this all goes with this in between these purple areas. So you would click at the end tag one, then hit enter to space down if you didn't want to put it up here. But I'm going to put it up here near these small ones. Right click and click paste. I'm going to click up at the front of this and hit spacebar to space it over. I'm going to space over this one on front of the file name. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Okay, so now I'm going to click this over, and now we have that line of information in there. We'll come back in a moment, or we could go ahead and do it, but just don't forget to go get your store item and see if there's a store item needed. In this case, we have the information. Remember I told you the main game information, default farm property true, and this is farm ID 1, because it is our main farm. But if it's not your main farm, don't worry about it. But you can see anytime it is your main farm, you need that information, but when it's not, you don't. Okay, so always remember to double check that. Alright, so now we'll come back in a minute to do our numbers, okay? There ain't no point in moving it over yet. Or we'll go ahead and do it. We'll jump back on the Giants editor. It's already highlighted. Make sure the parent's highlighted. And then once it is, click over here in the Translate X box at the end of the numbers. Hit Shift Control and C as in cat. You're holding it down just for a second and then let it go all at once. And then you're going to click back on the Notepad++. You're going to come to the position. You're going to drag it over. Let go in between the quotation marks. Right click in the highlighted area and click paste. Then you're going to click in front of the R of rotation, spacebar it over till you get to there. Then you can drag this over just a little bit, go back to the game, the map that you're working on in the Giants editor. Then you click in the rotate X box at the end of the numbers, Shift Control C as in cat. You're going to go back to the Notepad++, click between the in the rotation area between the quotation marks. And if you mess up like that, don't worry, just click back up there till you get it. Left click, hold it down, drag it over, right click and click paste. Now you have your numbers. You can hit save. Now you're going to go and you're going to look in the main game to see if you have need of a store item in this case. So we're going to go look in the main game. So we'll just click here anywhere. Click the D drive, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FS22 Data. We're going to go to Maps, Maps US. Go to Store Items, right click, edit with Notepad++, and now you'll look in this list and see if that has a store item. I don't know if it does or not. It does have these water fill triggers, and that is not it. Those go to the big water towers in the Elm Creek map, those big tall ones. So just look through and see if we even have it. I'm not sure. Let me look around. This is the bowling, shopping, farmer, production, heating, sawmill, all the other things. Nope. And they don't have it, from what I can see, unless I'm overlooking it. So I'm going to go off the assumption, okay, that we don't need it. But if for some reason that you have an error or a problem, then you can just click over here, grab one of these, right click, click copy, go in there, and then paste it in the store items area, and then you'll go back and find out what's the path. Make sure you put the path, because that one was data placeable lizards, and then it had like water tank, then it had level 2 water tank, level 02.xml. So you would want to put the right path in there, and you'll be good to go. But I don't see it in this main game one unless I'm just overlooking it. So I'm going to go off mine as if I don't have to do it. So we'll see what happens if it works or not. Okay? So we're just going to ignore that. We're going to close it since we didn't need it, as far as I can see. And we're going to go ahead forward. But if you need it, just add it. It's real simple. Just come get this line of information here. Right there, that line. And then make sure you already have a store item in your store items area. Let me just click here. You would just copy and paste this in there. And in this case, I got to delete this one if that's mine. Yeah, because I had added one for something else separately. And it did work. It still worked. And it may need it. Like I said, we're going to show, it'll show whether it needs it or not. This is a different path of way I did it. It's actually the same path. And let me make sure I'm in my map. Yes. So I'm going to delete it for now to show you. But it may be that we would need it. So. Alright, we're going to hit save. Alright. So. Let's go back to where we were in the Giants editor. So we already did the placeables. XML. As you can see, we already did that. So we already saved it. We're good to go there. We'll jump back over here. And now you need to delete this and save it, or put it in the placeholders folder. The placeholders folder will hide this one to where you can still see it in here in the Giants editor like you see it now, but it'll hide it from the in-game, because the in-game is going to call that XML file that you just put in your placeables XML. It's going to say, go look at that XML file that you put in your placeables folder when it loads in game. And then when it does look in that XML file, it's going to tell it to call the i3D of this, which has the trigger already in it. And so then it's going to see that one from the main game one. It's going to see the main game i3D. Okay? So we don't want it to see two, so we're going to hide one in the placeholders folder. Or you can delete it and it'll be fine because it's calling it from the main game. You don't have to have it sitting here in the Giants editor. You could delete it. But most people like to leave it because they're working on stuff and they want to know where it's at. They don't want to delete it and then go, oh, well, I put a tree there and there was something there. And see, that's why people leave it and put it in the placeholders folder, till they know it's there, until the map's done, then they can delete the placeholders. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the highlighted area of the whole group, and you're going to hold down your middle scroll wheel. I'm not going to do it, but you just hold it down. And as you're holding it down, just hold it down and point your mouse up the list while you're holding it down, and it'll go to the placeholders folder. And when it highlights it, let go of the middle mouse button, and then you'll see that it pops it up in here. Now, then you can move your career start point, which I've already done. You click on it, hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click where you want to put it, and it'll put it there. And then you can hit save. Okay, and if you don't want to put it in a placeholders folder, or you don't have one, you can make a placeholders folder. Okay, so if you don't have a placeholders folder, look back at my video. I have one of the how to do it, and it's pertaining to a debris crusher, but it's telling how to make one for that purpose. So watch that video and it'll show you how to make one, and then you can put it in there and then hit save. Or if you don't want to do that, you don't have one, just delete it, and you won't have it in the Giants editor, so you won't see it. So you just delete that and hit save, and then you're ready to go. but you won't be able to know that it's here unless you maybe mark it somehow that you would know. Alright, so we're going to go on in game. We've already saved and did everything, but I'll save again. And it's already in the information in the placeables XML. So we should be good to go. The only thing we don't have is that store item, and like I said, we'll see what happens. And if it don't work, we know what to do. Just add it in there and you're good to go. Okay, but they didn't have one, so I'm gonna go off of that. So I think that that'll be fine. They don't have one, so I'm gonna work off that assumption if we're calling stuff from the main game. Now, if we're making it custom, I'm thinking you need it. You gotta add it if you're making it custom item. Okay, so if you're making something custom and it's in your map and you're calling it from your map, then you're gonna need a store item, from my understanding. So, but in this case, I don't think we need it, but we'll see. I want to show it so it lets you see if it pops up on screen or not. The icon for it. But I appreciate everybody. Welcome to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, if the channel's helping you. I mean, I know a lot of people sometimes watch but never subscribe to channels, and if you can, it helps the person know that you want to continue to see them and do the episodes, and I would like to know. So if you want to sub. If not, it's fine. Continue to watch and learn. That's good. And please hit the like button if you like the episodes, and I'll continue to make them, trying to show what I can, what I learn, what I know. There's a lot of things I've got coming out soon, so stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming out, so just stay tuned for that. We're going to go ahead and pop in here, and as you can see, there it is. It's got the icon ready to go, and there we go. Now we're going to hit escape, and then we're going to go look and see if it worked or not, and then we'll say, yep, it did or didn't. Okay, there's the pig, cow, sheep, spinnery, but I'm going to click way over here, and there's the water tank. So you can see it's there, and you can click visit, and there we are. So that part worked. So we're going to back up. Now we're going to go to the store. We're going to buy a tractor. It doesn't really matter which tractor, so we'll just take whatever we can get, and we can get on down the road here. And we're going to grab a water tank. I believe that was a water tank. I certainly hope so. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's got it highlighted. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and hit escape, and then we're going to click on the truck to go right into it. Enter it, or the tractor, and grab this tank and go fill it up and show you that it works. Okay, so now we're going to turn. Alrighty. And off we go. We could take whichever way we want to go. Obviously we got a lot to do. We got a lot done. It just depends. We could go the back way this time. I haven't finished that road or nothing, so don't hold me to anything. This is all just deciding things. That ain't finished yet. It's not been smoothed out. It's not been adjusted or anything. It's just been painted. Alrighty. So I could go the back way, but I'm gonna go this way. Right here. Run over the people. Sorry, lady. I got a silo there, but it ain't there. I hadn't decided if I'm going to put it there or not yet. I'm trying to decide. As you can see, I got two sitting around trying to figure it out. I might drive this way so I can decide on that too. I'm going to have it a way up here, right here. And then you're going to turn. And that's what I was thinking. Then you would pull up here. I'm probably going to put it here. But anyway, then you can drive over here to, whoop, I turned too much. I think I hit a bump too, I gotta fix. Pull up over here. Once you hit that trigger, it says start filling. See up there in the top left corner? Hit R, and there you go. You see it filling up in the bottom right? It says 7, 8, 9, 10, all that percent. And then you see my money going down in the top right. And in a minute, I'm going to hit R again to stop filling it up. And it's going to take money. $212 it took from me. So see, it works. So that's my point about the store item. So, but then again, I don't know if it matters with the store stuff, like if you're buying stuff. Let me see what we got here. Let me go back out of there. And construction. Buildings. Let's see what we got. Okay, see, I don't see it in the list. Productions. Shows all that. And then animals, it's just those main ones. Cause see, they have main game stuff already in here. So, tools, farmhouses, tools. So they don't have it in there. Don't have, oh, there it is. Now that, I think, is already in the main game. But if not, then the store item may be needed for that. But I'm not sure. So don't hold me to that. But anyway, there's one of them right there. And you should be able to get it, yeah. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and escape out of there. But I hope you enjoyed. That's it for this episode. I'm going to call it an episode. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.